right, day 12 of this deep dive. And things are getting interesting. I'm really starting to get into this whole process we've been uncovering.
I know, right?
And today, it looks like we're taking a turn towards really showcasing results. Like moving away from just the strategies and the theory and and actually seeing how it plays out.
Putting it all together, showcasing it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that is where the case studies come in.
That's it.
Now, when you hear case study, you might think, oh gosh, this is going to be a little dry.
Yeah.
But I got to say, the approach we're looking at today is anything but.
It is. So they start off with this checklist, and some of these points on the checklist are really smart. Like right out the gate, picking a winning project and keeping it confidential.
Yes. Confidentiality.
That seems pretty key, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, think about it. If you were the client or the patient or whoever is being featured in this case study, wouldn't you want to know that your information was being kept confidential?
Yeah, absolutely.
That what you shared, your story, your data, whatever, was being kept safe.
Yeah.
And it shows potential clients that you can be trusted to keep their information confidential too.
It builds trust right off the bat, which is, I mean, that's huge for any business relationship, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. And then they go into outlining the problem, the solution. And this is where it gets really interesting, like proving it with the quantifiable results.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just say, like, we did a great job.
Right.
You've got to actually prove it with numbers, right?
It's data storytelling, right? Data-driven storytelling.
I like that.
Because we're in a world with so much information that numbers help you cut through the noise.
Yeah.
Right? If you just say, oh, we increased website traffic, it's like, okay, well, how much? But if you say, we boosted website traffic by 30% in 3 months.
That's impressive.
That's something that people are going to be like, whoa, what did they do?
It catches your eye, makes you pay attention.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed when I see those data points, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Like, you can trust them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not just making vague claims.
Exactly.
They're actually backing it up.
Backing it up with data.
But then they go on to say, it's not just about the words.
Right.
Right.
Okay, visuals.
Visuals.
Super
PDF format.
Yeah.
Pull quotes.
Yeah.
Graphics.
Yeah.
Even a video summary.
Video is huge nowadays.
I mean, why is that so crucial today?
Well, I think we're just bombarded with so much information all the time.
Yeah.
Right? You're scrolling through Instagram, you're scrolling through Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, there's just information overload. And so to capture someone's attention, to get them to actually stop and read your case study.
Yeah.
It has to be visually appealing. It can't just be a wall of text.
Yeah.
It's got to have some graphics. It's got to have some pull quotes.
Make it pop, draw you in.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're really packaging their expertise in a way that's both informative and visually appealing.
Absolutely.
And then the action step here is using the case study as a lead magnet to get people to subscribe to their email list.
The lead magnet.
Now, explain this to me.
Sure.
What is a lead magnet and why is it so effective?
Yeah, so a lead magnet is basically something valuable that you offer to people in exchange for their contact information.
Got it.
So it could be an ebook, it could be a checklist, it could be a webinar, anything that your ideal client would find valuable. And in this case, they're saying, use your case study.
As the lead magnet.
As the lead magnet.
That's really smart.
It is, because it positions you as an authority. Because you're not just talking about how good you are. You're showing them.
You're showing
with this case study.
Yeah.
Here's how I've helped other people.
So if you were building an email list, what kind of case study would you create to really draw people in?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it really depends on your specific target audience. And the problem that you solve for them. Right. But let's say, for example, you were a graphic designer who helps small businesses with their branding. You could create a case study showing how you helped a small business that was struggling to attract customers with their old branding, and how you created a new brand identity for them that helped them increase their sales.
Right. And you'd show the before and after.
Exactly.
The whole process.
Yeah.
And then, of course, those quantifiable results that we were talking about.
Absolutely. Because you got to have those numbers to back it up.
So you're not just showing off pretty designs. You're actually proving that those designs led to real, tangible results for that business.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people care about results.
Right. Everybody wants to see that ROI.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, there was also this mention of Grant McGough and his ebooks.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm not familiar with his work.
Yeah, me neither.
Who is he and what's his connection to all of this?
Well, from what I could find, he's this really well-regarded author and consultant.
Okay.
Who focuses on content marketing and thought leadership.
Got it.
And he's written a ton about using case studies as like a key part of a successful content strategy.
Okay, so it makes sense that whoever created this whole process is drawing some inspiration from his work.
Potentially.
So we're not just learning about how to create a case study, we're actually getting like a peek behind the curtain.
I know, right?
At the thought leaders who are shaping these approaches.
It's like a deep dive within a deep dive.
I love it. I'm already excited for day 13.
I know.
What other insights are they going to reveal?
Only time will tell.
Yeah, well, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
You know, I think the big takeaway here is that case studies, they're not just about bragging. They're about showing your value to the world. Yeah. Like, what problems do you solve? Yeah. And how do you solve them better than anyone else?
It's about telling a story.
Exactly.
But with proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up day 12 of this incredible deep dive.
See you next time.
See you next time.